Welcome to Feast or Famine, Episode 8, the finale. Thanks for waiting. Meet us after the break for some Bad House announcements. Our usual content warnings for the show can be found by the Twitch command !FOFCW. As a reminder, and then some, our usual content warnings for the show are Surrealism and Unreality, Capitalism, Fantastical Body Dysmorphia, Romance and Sex, Violence, Cheating, Pregnancy Mentions, Natural Disasters, Space Thalassophobia, Cannibalism, Telling someone to go kill themselves, and other dark themes. Take care of yourself. Help our relics with $10 or 1,000 bits for a reroll, or $20 for 2,000 bits for a flashback that they can accrue and maintain throughout the series. To introduce myself, I am Josephine. I am at Scary Dog Friend. I will be your storyteller for today, as well as one of the Bad House RPG co-producers, but I will not be Maeve. Rest in peace. I'll pass it over to Zoe.
Maeve said, OMG, I wonder what happened. Hi everyone, I'm Zoe, your favorite person on the internet, and if that's not the case, you're on the wrong internet. I will be playing Soul today, who uses a number of pronouns that I constantly get wrong. That's life. My pronouns are they, them. If you get them wrong, then you will not have a life after that. I will pass it to Netta.
Whoa, that's me. I will be your Percy for the night. My name is Netta. My name is Amir. My pronouns are they, them, and Percy's pronouns are she, they. And yeah, one of those content warnings was for me. I'm going to pass it on to Zephy.
Hello, it me, Zeffy, and I'll be portraying Darby tonight. She goes by she, her pronouns, while I go by she, they. And oof, I'm just so freaking ecstatic for what's gonna happen later on. Okay, hand off, Austin.
Hey everybody, my name is Austin. My pronouns are he, they, she. If having everyone be found in the Asios Austin, that's the SCT Austin. Tonight I'll be playing Kairos. Kairos' pronouns are she, they. That's all I've got, folks.
For a recap, the world was just shaking. The moon is dropping down to the earth. For today's unhinged monologue, and for the last, if you put the visage of a nude woman in a car commercial, her breasts will alight with the diamonded headlights as the AC breathes through into the expensive leather of the car. Her dewy lips gasp open and her dress billows through the wind. Will you buy the car because you want to fuck the car? Do you want to fuck the woman? Or will you buy the car because it will make you feel important? Why will buying the car make you feel important? Because it's new. What happens when you put the visage of a nude woman on a missile? Why the nude woman? Does she have power? No. She represents the man that you could be, regardless of gender. You could be the best, the most famous. Our objects hold powers because they are the toy building blocks creating the foundation of civilization. We need wealth to determine who is in power. We need fame to create etiquette. And we need etiquette to maintain fascism. We need women to be weaker than men, though neither women nor men are real. Gender is money. Soul, throughout all of this, suddenly, she is not here because she is asleep. The three of you looking out towards the window, once again still in Kairos' apartment, you are suddenly seeing what seems to be a building falling apart, crashing down from the sky. Percy, Kairos, Darby. What are you feeling? What are you prioritizing?
Kairos is going to get Lady Scarlet and give her a go bag to... I feel like at some point I had her start mage crafting herself like a hidey hole somewhere, and it's time for her to go on the hidey hole.
Okay. I think with very brief complaint and concern, she attempts to fight with you about it for a mere moment until she realizes there's not much she can do. Her fortitude is not strong. So she agrees, and she's on her way.
Speaking of fortitude, I think Percy is going to politely ask Kairos where the nearest bathroom is, because this is her apartment.
Through the bedroom door.
Okay, can I go throw up in it real quick?
Certainly.
All right, and she does her like normal slow walk, and then immediately the door closes. You can hear it. I will not get into a gratuitous description, but she comes out of it, and she looks not white, but like the warmth from her face is like sucked out.
One very
she comes
important
out
thing.
even slower. Yes.
My bedroom is like a luxury apartment's bedroom.
I think she doesn't notice that until she comes out of the bathroom. Like, I mean, been around long enough, I guess. And she does her usual crotchety slow walk back. Like, so we should go. We should go, right?
I would say that's an understatement. Yep. Also, here's a mint.
I don't want
Thank
to
you.
be presumptuous, but Darby, do you think you could help with all of that out there?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm just sure there's a lot of people who need help.
Oh, yeah. Of course. All right. Okay. I'll go help.
I think Iris gets ready to leave. It's like, where should we go? Do we just walk until we find something causing this? Do we think something is causing this?
Yes.
Yeah, like any ley lines or presumably the path of she can not finish her sentence. She's just pointing where the moon appears to be getting bigger, as if she is mentally like tracking the angle with her hand independently from her mouth moving. Like however that's going to fall, there needs to be something willing to catch it at the bottom or watch it. So
All right.
wherever people are running away from.
Do some trigonometry while we run.
There's no catching the moon. It's more putting it back in place.
Well, the first time for everything, right? We all came from fantastical stories. Perhaps it's time to write a new one.
Well
Okay.
put. Well put. Optimistic as ever. This is going to suck.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just so that we're all on the same page. Okay.
It'll suck together.
Us sucking together. No, we're gonna be marvelous.
We will get through it. Yeah.
Onward.
We can please after you, or whoever gets to a car first. Please. She's already making her way out.
Soul, as a reminder, is somewhere tucked away comfortably, like in a guest room or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Soul is in my bed. Soul will wake up.
got it. Soul will wake up in your luxury apartment, your
Yeah.
luxury side.
Amazing. Yeah, Percy probably passed her on the way out, just because that image wasn't in my brain, so thank you. But I don't know if an investigation is required because of last session. There's not really much that she can do. This is becoming a more fantastical divine thing that she can't really help with. So the best thing that we can do is get out there.
Upon walking out, finally, it becomes evident or clear some sort of path, something. Geographically, where the moon seems to be pulling in closer to the Earth. I don't believe this to be a roll, but I very briefly mentioned in the beginning the City of Mist, this bastardization of the city anyway, is sort of formulated on like a clock, where the cardinal directions of the clock, the 12, 3, 6, and 9, are where these ley lines laid. One of them was destroyed, the City Hall ley line. So to some degree, to some angle, it seems to be coming into the center of the entire city, where that ley line, where all of the ley lines would sort of be connected in the middle. And upon looking out, the surreal nature of it all, seeing the moon so close into the sky, taking up almost all of it at this point, it seems that there is truly no time. But there are 3 places that these ley lines are also connected from, and you are beginning to see, although the destruction of the natural properties of the city, of the roads, you could see tornadoes beginning to build off into the distance where cars have already been taken into it. There also does seem to be familiar movement. Kairos, for example, the little black cars of the Sullivan family of the Fashion District, busily making their way towards what seems to be the Fashion District. Let's see. There is also the church, although there are not significant, vehicles to convey people going to the church. There are priests. The other ley line being the planetarium. There is movement. There are still people all around, relics that you can feel their power as well. Some of them beginning to start fights and immediately needing to quell whatever it is and to go to what seems to be their own battle stations or home turfs or something along those lines. This is maybe the first time that you've seen other relics in groups, other than attempting to murder any of you. There is an entire city to potentially investigate, to find answers from. You, the 3 of you, you have a car. Well, presumably there's Darby's car, and if you want to make Pronto be a part of this, he's always there for you. But where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
What was our battle plan for ley lines again? Was it more destruction?
I mean, The landlines would either kept the moon in the sky, which doesn't make sense, or it's pulling it down.
Mm-hmm.
So if they aren't there, then perhaps it stops, or we get somebody's attention who maybe will do something about it.
Ooh.
We need answers very, 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 very quickly. Am I under the assumption that we can get answers at the church? Me, Austin knows the source media, right? But I don't know, like, have we been told that we can get answers at the church?
It is. That's a good question. Yeah, I believe it's not a stretch for you to potentially go towards there because you've never. That is the one, like, ley line and person involved, whatever, that you've never even considered. Someone, if all of these powers know how powerful that their land is, so there very well could be someone there. It would almost make no sense for no one to have some kind of understanding of what's going on.
Okay. Here's my vote. I say as we're in the car driving, dodging debris. Those black cars, we don't want to talk to those people. That's a fight, if we feel up to it. I believe you two have been to the planetarium already.
We have, though she seemed like someone who would definitely know a lot about what we're trying to get at.
Would she give us answers?
I mean, we didn't achieve her favor, but...
We also didn't ask for anything, so...
Mm-hmm.
No.
She didn't seem displeased.
Well, that's
Just
not bad.
unmoved. You would think something like this would move her, though. Like...
It's literally cosmic. The moon's falling.
Well, the other option is Plan C, which is the place we haven't been to yet.
The church.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Because... Yeah, one of these religions has to be, right? If not none of them. Darby, you think we should hit the planetarium first? I don't even know who's going to be there at this point.
We can swing by the church and the planetarium. If we're really fast, maybe.
Alright.
That's true. You're driving. You can decide where we go first.
Oh gosh. All right. Church.
Okay.
I will take myself to church.
Oh my god.
Just like that one guy said.
Just like that guy on the radio.
So, St. Anthony's Cathedral. Anthony of Padua, the saint of lost things. Often children call upon him to find something that they've lost. At the very entrance of the cathedral, as well as, just to remind myself where I put it, the cathedral, the Lapras Boxing Gym is right next to City Hall, but St. Anthony's Cathedral is not too far away from the bathhouse as well. Or Black Horse Chauffeurs, which is Pronto's usual agency. Right at the very entrance, there seems to be like a busy amount of priests and like people and followers who are taking refuge within the church. And right in front of them, it is very clear who the most important man is. Like, leading people, directing people to where they need to go, distributing whatever is necessary. Father Harry O'Malley. There's a familiar presence or touch about him to Percy and Darby. He is sort of like a 40, maybe early 50s year old white man with graying brown hair, sort of slender in build, and wearing what seems to be maybe something unconventional for a priest at this very moment, like sort of a red button-down shirt. Let's see something. Does anyone approach first?
I would.
Okay.
Right. Excuse me, Father.
Yes. It's nice to meet you finally.
Yes, I suppose so. What is happening?
Well, the apocalypse, potentially. It's not something that we can fully rule out at the moment, but not necessarily draw the same conclusions.
Okay. Do you have any idea what's causing it?
Not a single clue. Well, I suppose that would be not necessarily a lie, but there are inferences that we all have to make. Those who once guarded and carried the long lines of history of the cardinal ley line. Have you met my son? I think the two of you have. Gesturing to Percy and Darby. Elijah Brownlee. Yes. When he first came around, born into this world, confused, and I'm not sure if scared was the right word. Elijah never seemed misguided. Elijah's purpose was clear. If I am to share information, collaborate, corroborate, could I ask the three of you, what would your purpose be to save this city? To stop what's going on?
Are you asking us as individuals or as a group?
If you speak as individuals, I would prefer that. But if you speak as a group, I understand that as well.
I know on my end, I want to save Reyna. I want to save these fools with me. They're my friends. And I suppose it'd be nice to save those others screaming around, so they can have the chance to, care about things and do something about it, like I do.
Other relics?
Yeah, they can be helped too, I guess.
Compassion.
I need to live for a bit longer.
Self-preservation.
Yeah. I didn't want to say what she said, because that seems really trite, but she put it well.
A king does what is just.
Justice. I will help you. Could you remind me your question?
How could we possibly stop it?
Well, as I said, we can make inferences, and I didn't want to get ahead of myself, jump to a conclusion based on something that I'm not entirely sure about. To put a few things together to put together a mystery before all of us. A ley line was destroyed.
Yes.
Not near, above and below the city hall, and that fool, Roman Montgomery. Well, there could have been many things that we could have done to stop him many years ago at this point, but there were many things that we weren't able to with his considerable power. The ley line suffering, however, weakened the magical holds that the rest of us also had. It wasn't an unfit decision. Whoever must have done that. But it did seem to trigger something of finality in one of our spirits. Mrs. Sullivan of the Fashion District. She had no direct interest or understanding of magic. It didn't affect her as one might have thought. For Elijah and I, it's a bit different, but again, magic solely isn't the purpose of the church, nor should it be, but something we can use. Ash, I'm assuming you've met.
I haven't, but I believe my friends have.
I'm unsure if any of you were around to feel it, but there was a great disturbance. Immediately, there was a great vendetta. There was a great sudden feeling, this magical pressure wave. It wasn't as sudden as all of the natural disasters. The coasts are flooding. That was the first alert that I had received. We were all within hours. We're going to attempt to make relief trips. However, and despite speaking calmly, there is still this cacophony of people around him, this chaos still. All of you perhaps at some point have to duck as like part of a car just starts sailing through the sky. He very calmly just sort of like nods towards its direction. We've already decided we would help those and anyone that would attempt to talk down this ash. But what we again can infer. Something has slipped. Something has snapped. And my son, Elijah, he told me something troubling. He had befriended Ash. Yes, there was some competition of gift giving, something along those lines.
A favor.
An alliance was made. And as far as I understand, Ash, I encourage speaking to her, but she is very disturbed by something fundamental to her existence. All of you are disturbed. When we are born, we don't ask for that life to be given to us, but we make do with it in the holy ways that we are able to care for each other or to care for the greater community. This is not something that I believe I'm able to help with. But the disturbing thing, Ash brought to my son the proposition of new life without the earth. But as any transportation, any vehicle, there must be willing residents of the new life. Pointing up to the sky. That may be the vehicle. But the cosmic, the circumstances, the consequences of the moon coming down so close to the earth, as you can see, my purpose to stop it is that there are people who still are alive and need help. Elijah has retracted his alliance, as has Oakley Roth, as has Clarence Sullivan. My condolences to you, group.
For what?
Your queen is dead.
Right.
I'm not sure if she would have been able to help or wanted to help, but I understand things have been strained. Double agents sort of work. Well, again, what I'm able to do will not be helpful to you. But just know, if you call on my son, if you call on Oakley, Clarence, maybe the Harlequin. I think they will listen. Thank you all for listening.
Thank you for sharing. Can I ask you one more question?
Yes.
Are you one of the fabricators?
No. I'm human. Just as Mrs. Sullivan. Just as Roman Montgomery. However, Ash, we don't know how she got there. But she wasn't concerned 5 years ago about any of this until, I believe, maybe the purposes of this game, this battle, maybe it finally grew to disturb her the way that it should.
Well, sounds like we know what to do then.
I won't stop you.
Unfortunate. I
We
mean, if
appreciate the
if-
clarity. And yeah, best wishes saving people.
Best wishes.
Compassion, self-preservation, and justice. I hope you are also able to remember when the chips are down. Father Harry O'Malley turns his attention away and finally goes to the cars to attempt relief.
Well,
Sounds like we got a skedaddle to the planetarium.
Suppose so.
Yeah. For anything compassionate we might have up our sleeves, if food wasn't really able to move her, that's like the nicest thing I could offer. So,
I love food. You love food. Everyone loves food.
Not everybody loves food, clearly.
Maybe she's a non-taster or something. I heard about that.
that would be news. That would be news to me.
Anyway, sorry, that's an aside.
More about
I'm in a
emotions,
rush.
you know, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's just gonna continue to suck. Yeah, let's go.
All right. To my car. And Darby's gonna speed like a fiend.
Absolutely.
Let's go, Fast and Furious. You don't need road, we have family.
Fast Car by Charlie XCX.
Exactly. Making your way over across town at this point. Yes. The planetarium just above it, just where the like pointed tip of the entire building seems to be concentrating towards this magical beam, this magical sort of gravitational pull. A laser goes into the sky. It obstructs and obfuscates, but it is evident by just looking at it for as long as maybe you are able. The moon is getting dragged down to the earth by the planetarium. Outside, there doesn't seem to be any sign of ash, but there does seem to be other relics attempting to destroy the planetarium.
I mean,
How about that?
this should be easy then, perhaps?
We just needed us two earlier. Destroy that Leyland. Maybe it'll be
Yeah.
easier.
Let's be cautious. Yeah.
Okay, we can be cautious.
Well met, everybody, I say to the other people already trying to fight a building.
Okay.
Kairos, you are met with surprising amount or something amount of sudden nightly bows.
As you were?
One of them comes up. Just a very general, again, just sort of like mobster, English mobster, very put together, very form-fitting suit. Conveys that the entire group here are Clarence's. And they had been tasked to help a figure, someone that conveys herself in shadow. You. They ask how to help.
Well, in very short terms, stay out of the way. Make sure no one comes in behind us. Me and my friends here know what to do.
Clarence's power tag here that can be added is the Sullivan family.
All right. Yeah, I want the Sullivan family to post up. No one in or out that isn't us.
Okay. As they hold fire, as some of them attempt to, in the small magical ways that they are possible, Darby, I think specifically for you right now, there is a falling skyscraper making its way down towards all of you. And in split seconds, what is conveyed is we've been trying to like hold off on all of these things falling down. Things are purposefully gravitating towards this area. But before any thought can be finished, must be finished. A building is falling on you.
I'm gonna make sure it doesn't. It's not falling
Okay.
anymore. Cause like she swings her hand like a lasso just to like create this wind, like gulf of wind. So whoosh.
And the most lackadaisical sort of gesture of the hand, Darby is able to push with wind the building away. No roll necessary. And all the suits, they like clap and gasp and are applauding. There is hope here. There is a chance. The doors to the planetarium. The doors to the planetarium open wide.
Yeah, well, not everyone's as flashy as you.
Oh, honey, that was not even me being flashy.
Listen, Percy. We could flog ourselves all day comparing ourselves to a goddess. No need for that.
We'll just get done what needs to be done. It just simple, cut and dry.
Simple and
Honestly?
clean, as I always say.
Does crack a smile at that. Guess we have people watching our back, so Percy will lead.
The planetarium doors are open. The corridor is marked, and the path is clear. Before we further escalate, we are going to take a break. We will see you in a few moments with Bad House RPG announcements, and we will continue on with our finale. Be right back. Hello, and welcome back. Our after break announcements. Remember, our YouTube channel pumps out VODs a few days after we go live. On our Twitch, we are all caught up, so the penultimate episode is out, as well as Embers of Rage, which is a really fucking cool show. I hear that it's good. Give our channel some love over there to optimize your viewing experience. Coming back in. Darby, Percy, and Kairos now being greeted by the mouth of the lion, the open doors of the planetarium. There is still one of our party members who has been out of the fun for just a bit. Soul. You are asleep. Your body has undergone 2 major and very massive changes. Judu Pakal, Christian Zabala, but also someone who, in her last breath, realizes the mother-like figure, psychoanalytically maybe you saw her to be. She decided she wanted to be a part of your life and your body forever. Something in your subconscious, your not necessarily waking moments, waking consciousness rather, is aware of, but something inside of your brain is awake in a constant, electrifying state. It's like sleep paralysis. Your mind awake before your body is, and maybe it will be like this forever. What are you thinking?
I think that Soul is analyzing this feeling understanding that her body is asleep, so when she wakes up, she'll be fine, but her mind will never stop going. And that's a consequence that she's going to have to live with. I think, for the time being, I think she's thinking about, she understands conceptually. She's like, oh, I'll just wake up. And then tries to do so, and then doesn't succeed. And realizes that there's a problem. So she's a little stressed right now.
There are a number of things that you have a feeling, some strange intuition that you can do that is somehow within your ability. Right now, you can't move. You need mana. You need magic. You have a caster's heart inside of you now. First instinct. What do you want to do? How do you think you can fix this?
Well, I'm assuming that I can't do everything that Maeve could do, but I can probably do some similar things. Soul's always been good at sensing things. She has a sense. She literally has a seventh sense. She's going to expand her consciousness outwards, very literally outwards, like an electrical field, and see if she can hack into people's, well, anyone's electrical devices, phones, TVs, somewhere where she can create and project an image of herself, if not just her fucking name that shows up.
We'll do this like an advanced filter
Yeah.
on Google Maps, very literally. Do you go for the people that you have last interacted with? Cast a web of some sort.
Yeah, I think what she does is she probably like touches her own phone first to like grab someone's signal, and then like just sends, and then like try like almost like a fishing rod, sends herself out to things that are probably close. So I think she probably like goes to Leia's phone first just to see if she can do it, and then realizes she can, and then she leaves. So even if Leia sees her, it's like almost feels like like oh, I'm hallucinating, like something that wasn't there. And then she does that a few times, and she wants to try and find another caster, and she thinks to Darby. I think she even like goes to Darby's phone, and this is probably when like they're talking to
Father O'Malley.
Father O'Malley, and she like listens to through Darby's Tamagotchi this whole time, and she's like, okay, that makes sense. Not gonna ask Darby to come here, and then it's like just searches for Scarlet.
This process takes nanoseconds for you. You're realizing it's very dangerous, the gratuity of it all. It is addicting. And there's a reason perhaps Maeve never slept, you're realizing. Scarlet's phone received as a necessity, but not necessarily something she's 100% used to. Suddenly in her little, whatever type of phone this is, disembodied voice of Austin, did you give Scarlet an iPhone?
I'm Austin's disembodied voice. Scarlet has a BlackBerry from 2008.
With a little
so bad.
like mouse thing that moves in the center.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So
I think-
in that pixelated screen, your face appears and she screams.
Yeah, I think I show up. I probably like open up like, I think that's a phone that probably still has like Snake.
Yes.
I think I show up in like a Snake app as like pure pixels, so like no colors or anything, just like a lot of boxes. Scarlet.
Screaming.
Hi, it's Soul. Please stop screaming. I'll wait. It's Soul. It's Soul.
Soul? Your soul?
Please-
Your soul?
please
You're
stop screaming.
Okay. How can I help you? I'm on my
Hi,
way out of. Yes,
Wait, where are you close? Are you close to the house?
I'm still in the city.
Oh, you could probably move quickly. If you could just, I don't know. I think my body is lacking mana
Oh my
or
god.
something.
Okay. Yeah, I can do something about that.
You can? Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, so just, I don't know, come do that, please, so I can get up?
I think it takes approximately, using the time, while your three other party members are off still doing their thing, Scarlet is able to rush back in despite Kairos's request of her to get out of here with her like safety bag. Scarlet also is able to prioritize when magic is needed. So she goes over to you. She sees that you are still like comatose, seemingly incapacitated, but you were like animated in her,
I'm like
in her
on
hand.
her phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a way to do this that will be very fast but very painful. But I recommend it.
Okay, fine, do it.
Okay. She literally, something almost akin to a defibrillator. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, defibrillator.
Her hands begin to charge with lightning. There is a percentage where you might die, but it's very likely because of the power that you have, you will survive. And with sheer force of will and belief, I know you'll be able to survive this.
Okay, if I die, I die. Please do it.
Okay, I realize I said that. It's a lot of pressure, so I'm just gonna do it. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and then psyching herself up. The lightning, the initial coursing through is painful, but as adrenaline pumps through, it is almost akin to like this fuzzy, itchy, warm embrace back into life as holistically beginning to slowly understand the channels with which magic flows through the inherent ley lines of magicians, wizards, mages, whatever. From the tips of your fingers pulls these webs of magic through you, through this lightning, the way that Scarlet somehow understood to transfer mana in. This would certainly have killed. Probably if this were to happen to her, she would have died.
Oh.
But this was a way from her great queen. She learned she could do this. To be a constant source of sustenance magically. You've come to the right person. But when you wake up screaming.
And I think Soul like jumps forward, almost like probably reaches out towards Scarlet and then like pulls back, realizing like exactly like her body moved on its own. Honestly, it's almost like that berserker in her jumps out to attack and it's like, nope, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. And she composes herself, and she obviously doesn't notice this, but she actually almost doesn't even know where she is. She looks around at this modern room.
Yeah,
she's
it's
like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Later issue.
There's a note for you.
Oh, she grabs it. She reads it.
From Kairos. Check your phone for updates, and please do not destroy my apartment on your way out.
I think Soul like touches her like temple, immediately downloads all of the information from her phone into her brain, and like knows exactly where she needs to go.
I need to go to safety now.
Yeah. And she grabs a piece of paper and like writes down like she probably like writes down routes that are like unbothered and untethered that can get Scarlet where she needs to go, because she just Google mapped it in her mind. Yeah, just go this way.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I see that life is valuable now, and I don't want to die.
That's good. Didn't know that was a problem you were having. Keep it up.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye. Yeah. I think Soul realizes that she's like kind of naked, for a variety of reasons. So she's just gonna like go into like one of Kairos' thing and like drawers and take like a sports bra and put that on, and everyone will see how different she is. I think as Soul looks into the mirror, she notices that her hair, those braids that she had that were tied up, are down right now, and you'd notice that there are like somewhere between pink and red tips on them, almost as if you dipped paint or blood onto them, and it's fully natural. And she's like, I don't know where this came from. And she turns around to her body. You see those burn scars, but you see 2 very large tattoos on her. On her back, like metallic, almost like a metallic reflectiveness, there are these rainbow wings that are changing colors constantly as if they're not imprinted on her body. And on her front, there is a very large sword, Juru Pakal, like from her midsection going up to her chest.
Okay. Do you care about style right now?
No, not today. I think even she probably just takes, like, similarly a pair of, like, black pants, like, not athleisure, but like I never know what it's called. The the combat.
Slacks? Oh, the
combat style, like, yeah, there's like a word for them. I just don't know what they are. Whatever. And she's like, okay, I gotta go. And she jumps forward to almost like rip through Kairos's window, which probably would have broken the wall. And then she's like, nope, she told me not to do that. Almost like way too antsy. She like just goes out the front door.
And as you're running, you know that you are also electricity. Although things are actively getting destroyed, there are still the city's general electricity is still on. There are still things, like lights through stores, telephone lines, all sorts of things, radios, cars passing by, where you're able to kind of hitch a ride and make your travel, faster. Making your way towards this, like, almost this inherent intuition, this sense of where your party is. We'll go back to them very quickly. The planetarium doors are open. In the minds of potentially everyone's, but certainly Darby and Percy. Kairos, you hear this as well, but Darby and Percy, for you, it feels familiar. You remember that strange, the astrological, the constellations, the actual show that was presented to all of you. Ash appears in your mind, almost something happening to the back of your head, the occipital lobe, and your vision. All you can see is this dark room. Ash, instead of this like short bob of red hair, orange hair, this gloriously dressed woman. She stands with less of less put togetherness, less etiquette, less what made Ash so strange, so eccentric, so whatever. But she is still wearing sunglasses. Her body is now, rather than in form-fitting designer clothing, covered in what seems to be the shroud of galaxy, this cloak of something. Her hair is shaved. She is amorphous. She says, "My alliance, forged in gift, was squandered. There is a new life in space, in the sky, for you all. I realize now the importance of me and myself. I am the most famous. I am the most powerful, regardless if there is a number one, if there is a number two. I am ancient, and I am beyond, and I am and have been alone. I will make you all feel less alone. I will bring you up into the sky with me, and we will live peacefully. Will you give me another gift?
Kairos looks at you two. I believe that's for you. I'm new here.
Percy looks to Darby to see if she's going to say anything first.
This gift you ask of us, what kind is it?
One where you understand my greatness and what I can provide for you. Millennia into the future. You've already destroyed part of me, and there is something in Kairos, your mind, that centers on you. You've made your decision. This is your opportunity to make it right by me.
Well, here's the thing. We are a team, and I know you're looking at Kairos right now. That was a group decision. We stand of her.
Punishment must be made. And you can leave those behind who are punished. That is something humankind does. Walk away.
Quite honestly, this would all hit a lot harder if I was, like, stupid or something. Jesus fucking... I could have figured it out when you weren't moved either of the times that I met you, but what is this about for you? Living forever? Knowing what you're worth?
I am and will forever, eternally be disturbed that I was not given the world. That I was born into this game, whatever it is, and I was not given the most. I wasn't given everything. And I, through this new human life, these new powers, everything should be given to me, and I will swallow the earth until it is mine. If you want to survive, I have multitudes of people who have already said yes, willing to exalt me as a new god.
The Empire's fucking dead.
Oh.
You're never gonna live. You're gonna spend the rest of your shitty life wondering what you're missing out on. Because you're above everything. You're never gonna have a favorite food. You're never gonna take the bus. You're never gonna talk to a homeless person willingly. And you'll inoculate yourself from living however long or short this may be. Because it would be more satisfying for somebody else to teach you that lesson. When really, the guilt should make you No. You don't even know who you are to me.
I was born as debris, as we all were. You, born of blacksmithing tool. You, born of a king's smithing. A caretaker's cleaning supplies. And for the one that is not present, wax. When I was born, the people learned to understand me scientifically and to love me. Why would I want to talk to a homeless person?
You know, you said something quite interesting. You said if we wanted to survive, we had to curtail to you, correct?
Yes.
Well, what does Oblivion do when it fights a woman with a death wish?
Oblivion will fight back. And then the strange group collective comatose nature everyone experienced disappears. Soul, you blipped back into existence, blipped back into non-electric life, and everyone was just standing still. Until suddenly everyone gains their consciousness back.
Yeah, I think Soul drops down from... We're in a planetarium, right?
Right in front of it.
Oh, wait, everyone's outside of it, or these folks are inside of it?
Everyone's outside of it still.
Oh, she's talking shit outside of her space? That's whack. Hey! What's going on? You all
When did you
see
get here?
Like, microseconds ago.
Are those
you
my
should be
clothes?
asleep.
Yes, they are. Oh,
They look nice on you. You should keep them.
well, thank you. I was taught to wear more extravagant things. This is actually a lot more comfortable.
I've been telling you that for literally years.
I believed you, but, you know, what we know and what we do, completely different things. Who's that? Is that Ash?
Ash is not visible.
Oh, okay.
She's in our minds right now, basically.
Our
So
mind
where-
palace.
Where's Ash?
Step closer.
I step closer. Am I supposed to be seeing something?
You were supposed to enter
Like,
the building. Yeah.
oh, okay. Soul enters the building. Is truly, while she heard things, has no idea what's going on. She just enters the building like,
So you enter the building?
yeah.
Okay. One moment.
What do you mean? Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Something in a strange state of matter, not liquid necessarily, not gas, not solid, falls on the top of your head.
Okay.
As you touch it, dust, strange white powder, something strange glittering, and then suddenly begins to solidify into something, and in your hands you carry this lithe, strange, and erratic form of this white form with no eyes, no ears, no hair, just mouth, and it laughs. And drawing its hand away from its side, begins to slash you, or rears back to slash you in the face, Soul. And then suddenly, more drop down before the entrance of the door, and swarms of these strange things that come from blobs of matter, of something, some creation, some thoughtless thing, minions. Henchmen rush out in troves. Despite the natural disasters, despite the tornadoes in the distance and the coast flooding and the earthquakes, armies of strange homunculi run towards all of you. What happens? What do you do? Everyone.
I think Percy, like, she had that moment where she definitely had something really big to say, and then she came up with it 30 seconds later as this monstrosity is about to rain down upon us. And she mentally locks in with Ash again before heading out.
Absolutely.
It says, we're all born from dust. You're not... Some things aren't savable, redeemable, whatever. I don't care how much you are worth. You were already going to live forever. You were the calendar, and you blew it. So I'm gonna go in there, and I'm going... She's, like, vibrating in this, like, immaterial plane. I'm going to let you realize that you have the privilege of ignorance right now, and the rest of us are forced to live, but you could choose to. But no, I'm going to make a fucking graveyard out of this place. And I hope one day a little Muslim girl comes back here and does a TikTok on your grave. And then she leaves.
Hit her again! Hit her again! Hit her again!
I didn't say she'd kill herself. I think that's worse, actually.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna make a graveyard out of this place is wild. That's the same energy as what do you want me to tell your family?
Percy.
On that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, yeah. Like in the material plane, she pushes Soul away with that first thing, like trying to attack her.
Mm-hmm.
She starts suiting up. Unless anyone has anything else to do.
How does
she
everyone
will
suit up? Yeah.
Try to burden it. Try to take it.
Hey, I want to see Percy blow him away.
Okay.
Percy.
I think Kairos sees these things and sees Percy start moving, and just crosses her arms and is like dodging slashes, just watching Percy.
Soul was about to pull do some gruesome shit that you obviously will see soon, and then Percy walks up and is back up. It's almost like I've seen this before. I know what's about to happen. Go ahead.
Okay, so she starts walking as if she's taking the motion as she does, like a three-legged kind of walk that cane users do, but the cane is out of her hand. It is acting independently of her, as it sometimes does. And I don't know what kind of move exactly it is, but she is the chain that is very conspicuously wrapped around the cane is going to untether and split into two and split into two and split into two and start wrapping up her legs while the cane firmly plants itself in the back. And the metal of the chain starts melting in a way that's almost burning. Everyone can almost smell something like cloth or leather or denim or hair burning as an armor sort of fits itself extremely precisely to her skin as she walks, again, slowly, but commandingly. And I guess that's me saying that she is no longer wielding a sword or a lance, but the chains end up becoming this armor that then extend into two chained hand extensions with blades at the end, like she has two glaives, or Medusa with extensions that turn into fucking chain swords. So I would like to use her Noble Phantasm. Really, really convenient here. Anti-populist Declaration of Pain.
Hit it with all you've got, please.
Hit it with all I've got. I'm definitely gonna add Pinched Nerve there, because what the fuck is that? Just to limit myself. Self-assured. If I can imagine cutting it, I will. Guts Berserk. Yeah, you know, obscene pain tolerance.
Guts from Berserk.
No, it's his armor from Berserk. That's
I
what
was
I like
really
to call
hoping
it.
it was.
Oh no,
How
I
many
just needed
tags you got,
something.
sir?
It's Berserk armor essentially. I just needed something that would fit tag, and the book said to make it like snappy and quick. So I was like, oh okay, like that's easy. What's that? Give me the chat. That's an 8.
Do you want to boost that by 2 to get? Do you want to boost that with anything that you've got?
I mean, I'll use my favor, sure.
Absolutely.
Like,
For the finale, I will let that favor account to get you to a hit.
wonderful, thank you.
Okay. You have a clear shot. Anti-populist Declaration of Pain. Before you tell me what it looks like, give me the mechanics. Choose those +2. So you can take cover or secure superior position, get them good or get many of them. You will be absolutely getting many of them regardless. Control collateral damage. The world is ending. You hold the target's attention if possible, or gain an upper hand to take a juice.
Okay. So if it's taken for granted that I'm gonna get many of them, I would like to hold the target's attention.
Got it.
And I would like to control the collateral damage.
You have a lot of other allies with you at the moment who have given you their allegiance and alliance at this moment, so that makes perfect sense. For those of your group or crew that have seen it or have not seen it, to our audience, to these Clarence Sullivan-ass lackeys, what is your power?
It is, again, harkening back to where she comes from, in a way where, like, moisture is sucked out of the air. Even, like, light is sucked out of the air. When this armor body of her moves, it is not only precise, not only does it also merge her general short-term teleportation ability, it is moving faster than her joints can keep up with, and it is actually very clear just by everyone, basically the party, who knows what she looks like in combat. She is normally very slow, calculated, and precise. She is the opposite of all of those things right now. And the cane that is, like, sort of melted onto the back of the armor is like pulling, like being the thing that pulls her throughout. And the only real, like, the sounds that she makes aren't very loud, but like the blades that are coming from her, it is cutting through the falling debris and the chaos. So even though it is not loud, it's commanding, but she is mostly just gritting her teeth and phasing in and out. And if you were to, like, count the whites and more blob, I'll call them blob things, but I know they're not. Like, if you were to be counting them one by one, you would lose count at a certain point, but then also have to take it back, like 50, 49, 48, 47, 46. That's how, like, probably faster than the eye could track. She's whirlwinding, catching a few, and then she is somewhere else, and she is moving so fast that with our human eyes, it kind of looks like she is in 2 places at once, and sometimes 3, and she is sometimes immaterial. But it is still that smell, that really hot smell that came from the first transformation is like lingering everywhere now. That's all from me.
At the feet of all of you is this wave of homunculi, these strange, faceless, other than mouth and teeth creatures. No one was hurt.
Well done.
The clapping. Solid. So we gotta go kill a moon woman?
I suppose. Has anyone? Is she the moon? Is that her prerogative?
I mean, it's kind of fallen, so I would assume that's her prerogative.
So she is the moon.
If you're a pair of wings and I'm a sword and you're a sword and you're a charm, then yes. Like the armor like sort of melts off the top to reveal her face.
That feels kind of unfair. Isn't she like, a moon rock? The moon? That feels a little much.
The moon's very important to a lot of cultures. It's actually a high honor that I'm even continuing to grace her with that. So.
Okay, well, let's go in.
Right behind you.
Do you need a moment?
I don't want to take this off right now. They say that I have a type of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that hasn't been invented yet, so I'm sure I'll just shift back into place after this.
Okay, you don't have to commit souls like inside. You don't have to. It's gonna be like a turn thing. You take care of the minions. Someone else kills what's her face. I look good.
Does it look like there's going to be any more waves of minions? Just from, or I could also roll investigate.
Yeah, if we'll let Percy do the investigate first, and then we'll see from there.
Okay. Put on those tags, maybe. Cautious.
Actually, Kairos give me an investigate as well. It's going to be a little bit strange because you're not asking for something specifically. I just want to see how much you're going to get out of this.
Okay. Oh shit!
Boxcars.
I got 12
Okay.
before adding anything.
Oh my god.
That's amazing.
I don't know what I would add, but I rolled.
We're not going to worry about it.
6.
Okay.
Okay. I got
Whatever.
12.
I also got an 8.
Whatever's happening right now.
Whatever's
What are
happening.
you investigating, Percy?
Um,
For minions or any traps or something?
you said before that it seemed to have dripped from somewhere like above.
Yep.
And the first one like appeared on like Soul's head coming down. So like she's looking to see if there is a source, like how to deplete it, where exactly it is. And how like what's the spread of this? Like are they gonna break over the horizon? I don't know. That's
Okay. How many tags did you use to roll?
Never mind. I used 4 and then I got 12. So I was reading the wrong thing. So I got a 12 unnatural.
Okay, gotcha. So this can be a one-to-one ask or for however many questions that you'll be able to use up to that. So first question, let's say, like where?
Where? That's a good one.
Okay. I think you're seeing it's just like throughout the planetarium, just as there were many, I think as you remember, the like existential art pieces of why am I here? Who am I? I thought I was important. How important am I? There are now seemingly sort of replaced with like, not to speak graphically, almost spider egg-like nests attached to everything that ever questioned who she was. It's not that it's unclear that there seemed to be these like strange liquid sacks of something attached to the walls now. It is very apparent that they are strange, but you see these as growing homunculus like piles of life attempting to be made. Perhaps another question can be answered with the like trap-like design of all of them. Somehow they must all be, or one nest can be like dissolved or done away with if entirely engulfed by some sort of destruction, so that there seems to be some sort of ticking bomb of like mana needing to be like fed into these nests. If you were able to destroy all of them at once, then they won't be a problem.
Okay. I mean, that does answer whatever other question I would have, so...
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Kairos. This something swells in you as you realize something about the many fights that you've had, the many enemies and rivals that you've taken down, where you've had to intuit their fighting style. This is a great general with a great many smaller armies. Once you find her, she will not be able to hide.
I stop. I stop walking and I turn. I have an idea.
Hmm.
We are going to come across an obstacle trying to get to Ash. It's how to quickly explain strategy. I believe there was a boxer who called it the dopa rope method. You're trying to deplete people's resources before they get to you.
Oh, like levels, like a boss battle.
Okay, so I know I said I was
Both of
pretending
these
to not
references.
know stuff, but I have not actually touched a single video.
Okay. So
But I'll
boss last room. There's other rooms before that that weaken your resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What I propose is we use our strongest on those rooms and leave the last one to me, because I think I have a hunch that her bark is much less worse than her.
Yeah, because if she had to weaken us, then that means she's not very strong. She's probably not stronger than us.
Exactly. But if she's using more power to try and weaken us, we need to get them quickly, which
And
is why I
Soul,
think
you remember the conversation you had with Kairos about the ley line and someone getting mad, potentially.
Oh. Solid. So we're going to take turns, like blowing up rooms.
yes, but I propose I leave it to yourself and Darby.
Okay.
You two are
I'm Bobby.
swelling with power and can get through them much quicker.
Do we know where she is?
No, but I'm
Oh.
good at finding people.
I could probably. And so I would like to use switch gears and use my senses to find her. Like, just at least.
Gear
so that we at
5!
least know. So we know where she is. Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, that can be, let me know what you want that to be. It can be easily investigate, change the game, or something along those lines. You are surrounded by pulsating, ticking time bombs of homunculi attempting to be born. So that's just also something to consider.
Yeah. I guess maybe change the game. Sure.
I'll take it.
I've never investigated a thing.
With the
It doesn't feel-
investigations, with each tag that you have, the nice thing about it is that you can ask questions
Oh, okay.
for
I'll
that
have to
many
investigate.
tags. Okay.
And I'm gonna add senses strong. I'm just gonna add sense of strong emotions, predicts a move, expose hidden intentions. I can only use either like normal or the not normal, right?
The normal, the not normal, what?
The type of tags.
Mythos and Logos.
That one. Yeah, I have to choose between those two, right? Or no?
As far as we've been operating, we've been using whatever is
Oh,
relevant.
fuck yeah. Okay, hyper focus, try anything once, discerning and cautious, so a +6.
Okay.
Oh god, I literally dropped my dice. Okay, we're just gonna roll a different dice.
I don't know if you'll have
Okay.
6 questions, but great to know.
I don't think I don't want 6 questions. So 6 + 6, 12.
Fantastic.
Just where is she? At least like directional. I just want to know where we need to go. We obviously have to fight these things, but like where?
This is a selfish woman now.
Okay.
There's an auditorium, there is a stage within the planetarium, and that's where Darby and Percy also met her with alongside Elijah and Oakley that one time.
Mm-hmm.
You'll just have to get through the rooms first.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just tell this to everyone. I'm like, she's either in the stage or the planetarium. I tell you all what Joe told me, basically.
Well, you should
That's
get
where
moving.
she was last time, so makes sense.
Which one?
Stage.
Stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So do we? And I think as we're walking, so I was like, so do we like blow these things up now, or do we do like the eggs?
I could just like chain lightning them. Let's take care of it now.
Might as well do it all at once, yeah.
Ooh, lightning, Darby. I can do lightning. What if
You
we-
have that like
what if
air
we
of
got-
ozone about you. Hey, I like it.
How was that smell? Oh my god. You would know what ozone smells like.
So it's
Yep.
like, I have no idea what that smells like. What? Let's do it together.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Y'all can go ahead and change the game. Specifically to use this, being able to understand more about the planetarian's makeup may be useful to you as well, or to greater affect the turf that Ash has. Give me those rolls, give me those powers.
Me gets a new power. I actually don't know what I would use for this. Slays the powerful, strike hard and fast. Surprise from above. That still applies. So 6 + 4 + 3. 13?
Yes. And Darby?
You're at a 15.
Incredible. Okay.
I said they were the strong ones.
So you get
I'm-
all of you get juice equal that amount. Neither of you have certain statuses to reduce, which is already great. You are also able to, as you are affecting these like sacks of eggs, would you like to scale up the effect, a greater area or more targets, so you can hit more rooms, presumably? Okay. Prolong the effect, make it ongoing, as in lightning is just going to be within these halls. Hide the effect, any other improvements that we can agree on. So
I think we should scale it up because that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, let's super juice up.
Oh my
And
god.
those eggs.
I'm
Be
imagining truly like a magical girl scenario where like Soul puts a hand out and we like clasp and things just start getting fucking wild immediately
Yes.
to a degree that's horrifying.
And Darby, I think there's like obviously a kinship here that you're gaining, and there's a new sort of kinship with Soul and her electricity, but you do also know that like manufactured electricity in type of lightning that's like pink and very stylish from Soul's end of it. And Soul, like the natural inherent like intensity and severity of Darby's, and you know Darby's to be, although the two of you have an equal amount of like insane like electricity like bouncing off the walls inside of this place, but maybe you understand now why Kairos is also very afraid of what Darby can actually do. Both of you learn much about each other in this moment. So there is there's chain lightning scaled up. The two of you have one more effect that you can create.
Was there one that was like spreading it further so we can get more rooms at once?
That's the scaling up the effect
that's
that
what
the two of you are doing. You can prolong it, you can hide it, or something also, you can give a status to the planetarium if you want to, for example, take it down.
Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, that one.
That would be a delight.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Amazing.
So
It's below the top off of this place.
we're gonna say that's a 2-tier. The status could be something along the lines of like, I don't know, faulty, like something relating to the Foundation. So there is already that. Amazing. Kairos and Percy, as the two of you are sort of like let your two powerhouses like just begin to destroy the mana sacks that these eggs are, do the two of you have any conversation or do anything together?
Percy,
Yeah. What's up?
I owe you an explanation, and now may not be as good a time as any, but we clearly are not needed for this part, so... You've been wondering for, I'm sure, quite some time who and when I'm from.
It would have been foolish to jump to any assumptions, but yes.
Well, my name before all this was Colin. I was King Arthur's dagger, most notably used to split a witch in twain. After that happened, I was put down for a while, and went on a voyage or two, got taken, got lost, and found by an very kind old man who, while my king, the first one, is the one who taught me to be wary of magic unchecked, my second king is the one who taught me to move unseen. Leave what you want to have happened.
Okay.
Did you know that the word assassin comes from somebody's name?
No.
Well, I find it quite fascinating that somebody could be so renowned that they invented a whole word to describe what they do.
Mhm. Are you saying that was you?
No, no, I was just naive.
Hmm. That. How did that feel?
It was quite interesting. It is a everyone there, much like where I came from, that I called home the first time, knew what their role was. Not everyone took in the glory, but that wasn't what it was. They had a job to do, and I can respect that. I mean, to this day, people aren't sure who the actual king was. They just know there was one, in theory.
Mhm.
And I don't know. It is weird to be pulled in two directions. I respect and love the order I came from, but the idea of a community moving as one, that they share the same face and same name, is just as admirable.
I can see how and why we would end up in this situation then. Does it matter to you where I came from?
If I'm being honest, I've never really thought about where any of you came from before.
I just feel like it's owed, not out of obligation, but because we're friends. So, I was a sword.
Hmm.
And I was not known for particularly historical actions. I was just forged for the first caliphate after Muhammad, and she does something like a cross for herself that you don't recognize as a cross. She's whispering to herself. And I was passed down, not really exalted in a way, but still loved, not even used. I'd been in a sheath for far longer than I would care to admit, because it was a two-tipped sword. It would be terrible to keep unsheathing it, I think. And now I am on the Saudi Arabian flag. But just wiped of that double of the scimitar look. So that's it. The real copy of me is somewhere hanging from a wall in some kid or grandpa's room, but yeah. I asked because in a way it doesn't matter, but maybe it would tell you more about me than an intimate conversation or an intimate relationship could.
I mean, it's all quite intimate. But I don't say I never thought about where you all came from to be callous. I've always been much more interested in where my friends are going.
Yeah. Well, now, not that I can't think about that now, but it seems pretty clear where we're going, right?
Well, as long as you can keep your promise, then anything can be done.
For as much as the Western world hates it, I come from a culture of honor, so on that you can rely on me. And I will hope it doesn't come to that.
I hope the same.
And her smile is like watery, like strained almost, but she is looking at you with a sincerity there.
We'll see the sun rise again yet. I have not been in a battle. I haven't won, I say loudly to everybody. And I don't intend to change that tonight.
Only fools say that before heading into battle, but I guess we know you, so.
Well, you know who I came from. One of the biggest fools of them all. Perhaps you're Rafa.
That's only natural. Yeah. She, like, the lightest shoulder check, like, don't do anything foolish.
Everything I do is with purpose and calculation.
Okay. Great, because I am saving what little energy I have for this, and I do not think I could handle a teenager this very second. Maybe after maybe after a weekend. So
You should let Lady Scarlet tend to you when we're done. She's quite skilled.
I'm sure, and I'm sure she has stories that you could comparably give about where she's from. Anyway, thank you,
Of
Kairos.
course. Are you two almost done with the light show?
I think as soon as you're finished the conversation, we fully have just like the last something is exploding. I think it's like you're a natural, Darby.
You
Very
really
literally.
took to it, I have to say. That was a fun tag team. We should do it again.
Okay.
Well, onwards and upwards, I suppose.
Yep.
We blew everything up. Now we just have to, or you have to do something that you said you would. I just rolled up here.
Yeah, sorry, we were putting a little mind palace thing, so
Oh,
we do just have to go and most of the danger is gone. This place looks horrific, so
Yes, I mean, I suppose Darby's only really seen me work, but I am quite skilled in neutralizing people before they understand there's a threat.
I can concur.
I believe that.
Ash knows you're a threat, so we're gonna have to keep you hidden.
I'm very skilled at that too, as Soul has seen.
I have seen.
You've all
Well,
seen one facet of me or another, but tonight I guess you'll get the whole show. I will say, if she does catch me somehow, well, Soul, can you get everybody out of here? Can you still do something like that?
Yeah, definitely, probably. Just kind of have to. It's like switching dials now.
Okay.
It's fascinating and fucked up.
Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it other than like
Seems
I can't
fun.
use them at the same time, but I can use. I have a Rolodex. I can pick something to get us out of here.
Okay. Well,
Right.
if you allow Kairos is gonna like touch where your heart should be, don't know if it is. Don't know if you have 3 now.
I think you probably
Nice.
hear, like at first you hear a beating,
Mhm.
and then like delayed you hear a second, and then a third, and then it like probably takes the pause that hearts should. But
Mhm.
they're all timed after each other, but slightly wrong, and you feel them like. You can tell there's 3 hearts, and you feel one kind of here, one here, and one here, and you're like, I actually don't know where these things are beating.
It's
Yeah.
like gears that are all somehow running at different speeds, but all
Mhm.
at once.
But
Yeah.
all at once, and it feels like they're in different places, but you can't actually tell where that place is.
Doesn't matter, Kairos. Kairos just looks and says, "My sister, just don't
Yes.
forget who you are in here. Not any of them." And I gesture at your various tattoos. You. Okay?
Well, I am a woman with 3 hearts and a lot of pain to work through.
Well,
If
when
that's
this
what
is
you mean.
done and they rebuild the city, perhaps you find a therapist and stop using destruction as a way to cope with things.
Okay, well,
Can you do that for me?
she is like gritting her teeth at this. I can try, Kairos. I can try.
Thank you.
I think Percy goes up to like touch above the small of her back because you can also feel the heartbeat better typically in the back.
You hear the 3 wrong heartbeats.
Put it up, put it up.
Uh-huh. And she just frowns and then she looks straight at Kairos. I will make her. Don't worry.
I don't think you could make me
Thank
do anything. She
No,
Well,
looks-
Well,
you feel like the heat of the metal close to her, then you smell the burning hair. Like, I think I
okay,
can.
okay, well, I'll do it if you stop doing that.
All right.
also worst case, like Darby can in fact make you.
Okay, Darby, I don't
Consider
feel
me
like
the nice
I-
option.
Look, I'm just saying, I am built wrong now, so fear me.
If you were in as much pain as I was, you would want to kill yourself too. Let's go.
What? Okay.
Okay.
Nothing that a bunch of painkillers won't fix. Let's go.
Let us leave. Post haste. As we start walking, you see Kairos pull her hair up and draw her hands over her face, and that white bow mask appears. And eventually, she's going to slip into a shadow.
Okay. Easy enough. Cairo, sneak around.
Sneak around. Sneak around. Sneak around. Let's see. 9, 10.
Excellent. Darby, Percy, Soul, Kairos is gone. Where do the 3 of you make your way?
I think we, and you all can choose other things if you say no, so. I think we just kind of go to the various, like, honestly, like, the rooms that she's probably not in. Like, we open the other doors that are obviously, like, fucking fried from massive amounts of lightning. Like, push down a broken door, look in, look left, look right. Okay, she's not here. We go to the next room, push down that door, look left, look right. She's like, if there's something cool here, interact with it, but go until we see signs of where this is where we should be.
Percy's gonna just try and keep the path to the auditorium stage area, and she's probably walking so slow that you get to do this through every detour, and she is just not interrupted and not disturbed by it. She's like, she's gonna wait for us, and I'm gonna wait for you. Really thought you fried everything in here.
I think it's also exacerbated because Soul moves like hilariously fast now in a way that I don't even think she realizes. So she like runs down to the place, opens, looks around, comes back, runs down to the other place. In the time it takes for you to like walk a few steps, she's like, okay, I think she's in there. Comes
I think
back.
she has it. We don't even need a help, man.
Yeah, I feel older by the second just looking at her.
Okay. See anything?
Do I see anything like special in particular in the non-ash rooms?
Investigate.
I can do that. Roll my dice. I hope I have a +3 to this, because that'd be nice. I'm going to add hyper-focus, discerning and cautious, I think she's still sensing and probably like exposes hidden intentions. So I got a 10.
Okay. Gonna.
Oh, questions. Yeah. Well, yeah. Question: Do I find anything? In particular, like anything interesting that should be interacted with?
Okay. I think the remains of the eggs. I think what is making itself clearer is that that was an attempt for Ash to recreate the or supplement whatever the power of the ley line that has been destroyed. So
Okay.
fundamentally, she does not have as much power as she has.
Nice.
She was able to move you into reality marbles where it was literally almost a pod in space. She has not done that so far. She's only been able to get into people's subconscious somehow. But I think as more and more you were able to process Ash is the moon, Ash was the moon, somehow connected. The elements, what people understand the moon to be, the shadow, the tidal wave, the flood. This is an emotional person.
Soul knows a lot about that. I think I'll actually use my questions this time. Her being an emotional person, Soul clocks. Would Soul be able to, in looking at all of this, the everything, the stuff that's broken, the paintings, would Soul be able to hone in on an emotional beat that maybe the two of them feel together, like a connection?
I love that. What was maybe the core theme or emotion or complaint of your birth? Something that you fundamentally wanted to understand, but it's one of those things when a child has a question and then the adult does not have the answer. Why is the confirmation of the Catholic Church important? Why do bad things happen to good people? Why do bad things seemingly seem to compound on the less fortunate, or something along those lines? What is something that you've always wanted to know, maybe is a theme or relevant to your mythos? Why is curiosity punished even?
Yeah, I think Soul has always wondered no matter what, because we've shown it, haven't said it much. Soul killed the person that she feels responsible. She feels that she killed the person that brought her into the world and then subsequently died. Soul has always, in that sense, always wondered, why couldn't anyone just help me, tell me how to exist, give me a hint? Because then maybe, the bad things wouldn't happen. I think for Soul, that question that always lies inside of her, and I think it even comes up when she deals with Maeve, is why did no one tell me that it would be like this? Or why would nobody tell me it would be like this? Why didn't anyone tell me that, not that obviously there would be consequences to her actions, but why did no one guide us?
There is something that you have never experienced before. An answer. A painful answer. Acknowledgement. You're realizing this may be the case for Maeve, for Zanny Martinell, now Clarence, who has eaten the heart of Joan of Arc, and now you, who has eaten the heart of Queen Maeve. A pitched down voice, a pitched up voice, a legion of edited, generative AI comes into your mind. Your question was, why did no one say that it would be like this?
Yeah, or even why did no one guide us? Why was there no guidance?
The voice says, to push you into thinking everything you've ever worked hard for deserved the greatest reward.
And I think that confuses Soul. Because it's not as if, like, she doesn't work hard. I mean, she has a lot of talent, obviously, at murder. And not a lot of things, and not a lot of other things. But for her, that still doesn't... None of this feels like that. She doesn't feel good. I don't think any of us feel good after dealing with all of this. So I think that is the thing that triggers the berserker in her. That makes her so mad. The fuck do you mean? And she wants to, like, talk to the AI? Unless it is, like, yeah.
It doesn't respond
then obviously.
back.
No, come back! And with that speed, Soul trashes this room. Obviously, like, it was already broken. Until she calms herself down. And she comes back to the group like I said she did. But for her, it feels like it's been a lot more seconds. For you, it's been maybe 10. She's definitely in there. The last room. And she looks kind of like she's disassociating a little bit, but she walks forward to, I guess, the one room that's not completely trashed, at least not outside of it.
Hey,
Take it easy there, Tiger.
we going together.
And she puts a hand on the door and she's, yeah, sorry, these new powers are fucking weird and annoying, and apparently I have an AI in my head now. Or like a Siri.
Not
Oh.
a Siri.
That sucks.
Hey, I wanna do something.
Yeah. Before entering into the last door, guys, let me know what you want to do for sure. Kairos, what's up?
This is the save point.
This is the same point. On Darby saying we enter together. Kairos inside the room.
Oh my god.
What's the situation in here? What do I see?
I believe this is like, from what I understand as well, this is the room that isn't like the open corridor before the auditorium. It's like a room that goes from like a room that will go into the auditorium rather than just like the open hallway.
Is there stuff in here?
Let's say, I mean, this could be easily like something janitorial, or like maybe like a control panel, maybe in a like electric board sort of area, because in the planetarium lots of projectors are put together.
Yeah. I want to lock the door.
Okay.
Can I find a way to do that, either if it is an automatic lock or if it is me putting stuff in front of it? Stuff will not keep out my friends very long. 2 of them are very strong. But I don't need very long, because the moment Kairos disappeared, she went to that room.
Okay. I think somehow you were able to find like the technological, the type of lock that requires like, it's like everything in this room is like digitized, including the door. Like, like there's like a key card related lock situation in this particular room that they're in.
Okay. I want to lock the hallway door.
Okay.
Then I take out my pen.
Mm-hmm.
And just click like normal and find like a scrap piece of paper, write something down, and like slide it under the door.
Okay.
And that's what I'm gonna do before I'm gonna go into the other door, but these people got stuff they want to try.
So unknowingly, all of you were locked in here, but this is the save point. Percy and
So fucking funny.
Percy and Darby, is there anything that you do to prepare? Or just
Do I have
I
cell
honestly
signal?
mm, I think there's still signal somehow, but there isn't like Wi-Fi or anything like that.
Okay, she's just gonna text Raina and be like, "Hey, babe, I'm gonna do something about that moon. Stay safe." Heart emoji with heart eyes. Moon emoji.
Stay safe is wild.
See you later.
Mm-hmm.
Should really be a epitome of like, what are you doing in this situation? In the situation, the moon coming down on the Earth is like, I don't know.
You know, you text
Well,
your best friend, and you're like, "Don't worry, babe, I'm gonna catch the moon.
I'm gonna catch the moon for you. Raina truly is like, if Darby can't handle this, then I'm dead, so I don't have to worry about anything.
When you're doing a situation, can my girlfriend do something about it? No, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Percy.
I think if Soul is still like embodying a frenetic energy or something, then like a chain just like off the wrist now directly from the armor is gonna like loop them so that they're like sort of flying in a circle above Percy's head. Like, you seem a little extra caffeinated today, so, and then brings him down to the floor.
That doesn't take her out of it, but it makes her focus on you. What? I don't drink coffee.
Definitely not. Why would you ever need to? But like, I can't do shit about this. Look at you.
She looks at herself, notices, she's like, okay, yeah, I look casually hot. What?
That's not what I... No. Okay. Just... Kairos said some worthwhile stuff. I don't think therapy is gonna necessarily fix it. Just, let's have something to come back to, okay? Don't lose yourself.
I mean this when I say this. I cannot promise you much because I have a brain that doesn't stop going now, even when I sleep. I have fists that don't stop punching, even when I want them to, and scars that are never gonna heal. But I hear you. I hear you. I'll try to do whatever I can to walk out of here in one piece.
FYI, scars aren't supposed to heal. They're supposed to go over the injury, so...
Now, does the same thing work for magic scars that probably feel like they don't heal? Same thing, or...
Those aren't scars.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call them scars until I have another fancy fucked up word to... Look, you're the pharmacist. Okay. Can you tell me anything about eating 3 hearts and transforming from object into something else?
Soul.
Percy.
If there is a way to help you, I will help you.
I believe that. And what if there isn't a way to help me, Percy?
Then you're not going to live your life in futility. That would be fucking pathetic. So I'm not going to let that happen to you.
You're chatty today. And I think she, finally kind of comes out of it a little bit. Okay, well, Kairos is gone.
I assume she's doing what she does best, so...
Yeah, cheating.
I think while the two of you were having this conversation, even just regardless, Darby, if you're paying attention or not, when all of you prepare to leave this room, it is locked.
The fuck? So we're in a sub room, like the middle room in between 2 other rooms?
It is going to be, poetically, in a way that you do not understand quite yet, the control panel will say that this is where also a lot of security cameras are. And Kairos, you enter into the auditorium through the shadows.
What do I got, boss?
In the center is this glorious hologram of all the little sections, the layers of the moon. And in front of this grand hologram, this projection, is again this bald, amorphous in fashion, galaxied cloak, sunglass wearing Ash, who you see and meet for the very first time, the final person in the group to have met her.
Hello there. I don't believe you've had the pleasure of meeting formally.
Are you still invisible, as to clarify? Or are you...
I like do the
Your
come out of the
apparent-
shadows things. You know.
All three of you see Kairos enter the auditorium. Ash. Can you remind me what you said one more time? Sorry.
Hello there. I don't believe you've had the pleasure of meeting, at least not formally. You can call me Kairos. What name would you like me to use for you?
That question disturbs her. I think there's like something very strange. Her eyebrows furrow behind the glasses. I've taken on the name Ash, and thus it will stay.
Very well, Ash. Pleasure to meet you formally. And I'm pacing her the same way I paced around Roman. So, your grand plan is to crash your physical form into the earth and create some new utopia where everybody lives on the moon or something?
Yes. Where everyone will reside within my body and create civilization within it.
I see. You're angry you had to look down on Earth all these years. Eons, really.
Not necessarily. I had no qualm or no anger before, and then I was given sentience. What I am disturbed by it admittedly evades me to this day. But I am of worth beyond all of you in this silly game. And I will be given my due. This is an opportunity for everyone to make right. To take alliance in my form and shape. To become a part of a greater and better form. Me.
So you believe because you have the most might, you can do whatever you please? That your way is the only way to do things?
Yes.
Fascinating. You know, they have a word for people.
Which would be...
Tyrant.
I suppose.
You know, I don't know if you know who I am or if you care, or if you ever tried to look into it. I understand I'm not as powerful as Darby, or as headstrong as Soul, or as caring as Percy. I am something of a wild card in the group. But, be that as it may, I cannot let you crash the moon into the earth because your feelings are hurt. So, I would like to ask you one time. with all the honor and respect I can muster, for you to please stop this.
Well, you said I was a tyrant. I will not be asked or told to do anything any longer.
I suppose that's true. You know, you've spoken a few times now about you were given this form, and now you're so angry, you don't know why. But it's not our births that define us, you know. It's the actions. And what's in your heart. You want the people to remember you as this? This is what you want them to look up and think when this is all over? Because I can assure you, your plan will not succeed. And you'll go right back up there, and people remember that this is what you did when you came down.
People will remember the amount of people that have died because of me, because of disaster. That was a natural form, a decision made by me to affect the earth. I do not need to explain myself. I am great, and I am grand, and they will remember that as they have remembered every action I've ever done, marked by the stars.
You want some eternal king. Some peaceful utopia. Is that it?
I want to be known as great.
Well, that would end one day. All that begins must end. The same way that all things that live must die. It is the natural order. It is the cycle that we all must go through. What you offer isn't salvation. It's a hollow slumber. A sedation. You have this desperate wish that your love no longer go unrequited. And in that wish, and in that desperate plea, you've given the root of your own rejection. You say you are great, and that because of that you can do what you want. Well, I require no rank, no station, and no title to do what I need to do. And Kairos will take out her pen and let it transform into the full form of the dagger. So I ask you, and any who are here, to bear witness to this act. And Kairos will plunge her dagger into her chest.
Into her own?
Yeah.
Okay.
A testament that I write with my own blade, forged with my own hands. You fallen god. You call yourself savior. And you call yourself great. Fine then. And I plunge the dagger in further until it's like in, and I'm going to rip out my own heart.
Okay.
From the mountain abyss, I come unto you. From the halls of Camelot, I arrive. And everywhere I go, only death do I bring. I'm the bane of witches. I'm the whisper on the wind. I'm the blade in the back of generals. I'm the shadow of your heart. I'm the old man of the mountain. I'm the king of shadows. I'm Kairos. I'm Assassin. I am Cowan. And I will be your unmaking. I would like to stop holding back. What I
Okay.
intend to do is to okay. I would like to activate my Phantasm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to, in that, use my phantasm to destroy my heart, so I'm no longer Kawen. And then I would like to pull a different weapon for this endeavor that will be present when my phantasm appears. Something that I believe could destroy Ash.
Okay. Roll.
Absolutely. For sub holding back, you roll plus logos.
Mm-hmm.
Got hot news. I don't know if any of my logos will apply
That
to
feels
this.
so wrong. Why? I never understood that move.
You
It's to make it tough.
have favors.
Oh, I do. Hey, the favors will be used if I need them. I got.
And you have
3.
rerolls. You have got like 2 rerolls.
You also have rerolls.
That's an 8.
Okay.
So I paid a price. I think. Do you pick the price? Correct? Or do I pick the price?
I will tell you the price, but I
Okay.
think we know what this price is at this point. On a 7 through 9, you are killed, destroyed, or transformed forever, for now. You will take a tier 6 status. You cannot face danger. And then there are other mechanics here, but Kairos, you know exactly why, potentially. This
I
doesn't
know
go
what I got value
perfectly.
for. Kairos sees it all so perfectly. I see it also perfectly. I know why I got summoned to this war. I have been, throughout my history, the item that's used that people forget about that can get something done. A being, great and powerful, full of magic. My first story is cutting down such a creature. And as my phantasm appears, and the 2 kings float beside me, and I cut out my own heart, you see the figure of the king in armor with those blue eyes disappear, and Kairos whispers a very quiet, "I'm so sorry." And as the figure, cloaked in shadow, still stands, and my pen, my dagger, got me evaporates, I reach back and touch this apparition that looks down at me, and I say, "Just for a moment," and I take its sword. I hope that whatever comes next for us, Ash, you can find peace. And almost imperceptibly, I think, in a way that Ash has been toying, right? Ash is like, I'm the moon, bitch, and just letting this speech happen. And in that anime blitz style, before Ash can do something, I am there, wielding my king's sword, Asriel. Something very fun, very interesting, very back of my brain that I've been sitting on. This sword doesn't need to do a lot to stop you. All it needs to do is touch you once. And it's like, blitz right in front of her. I look up at her, crouch down, and I say, "Well, this was quite the duel." And I just touch her with the blunt of the blade.
Kairos, what do you do to the moon's body? To her life?
All things that begin must stop. This form that she had taken must stop. I don't know where ultimately this form can go, but where Kairos intends is to send them back home, where they belong. Whatever parts I can affect, I turn back into moonlight, and I think, as my very powerful friend said earlier, to start destroying this building, through one of the holes, through one of the cracked holes in the ceiling, there's this like beam of moonlight that hits where my sword touches, and it just starts like taking ashes, whatever parts of ash that I can affect.
All three of you locked in this room. What is the cacophony? What is the stress and the panic? What does that look like as this is happening? Are you making attempts to get out of the room or to observe what happens? What's done is done, but what was the panic?
Percy thinks that it was possible Kairos might have blocked the door, and she is basically like brute forcing. Is there a handle? Is it one of those auditorium doors with no handle?
Yeah, no handle.
No handle. She is headbutting it. The cacophony is coming from her exclusively in the metal against like metal door essentially. Before anyone is able to like offer any real help or finesse.
I think Saul, the minute, because we're looking at not a recording, we're looking at like a live feed of this in this like tech room. I think the moment where Kairos stabbed herself, Soul starts freaking out and is like, open the door, like points at either Percy or Darby to like, and that's when like Percy is like banging her head on that door, but Soul is no longer here. Soul is going to basically turn into electricity, go inside of this TV, and come out on the other side to like, in an attempt to stop Kairos, but it is too late.
Darby?
Darby would pause for a moment, just taken aback, because what? But then she'll deep breath and help Percy with the door. Her plan would just be to force it open with like the wind. But observing Soul disappear, she would pause for a sec.
Let us in, Soul.
So,
I think there's...
yeah, I think you're very able.
Yeah, I mean, Soul will, but I think it's one of those things where Soul is like so one-mindedly focused on like, no, like don't do this, like whatever you're about to fucking do, Kairos, that I think she stops inside of this room as like, what is this, like a Grim Reaper or like a knight shows up, and she realizes like she can't do anything, so she just, her body stops to watch this marvel, and she snaps and the door opens because it was an electric door.
Fuck.
The moonbeam, the moonlight, carries Ash's body, and as parts of her skin, parts of her form finally shed away, the like designer clothing still, even her shaved head, her skin comes off of the bone, and getting beamed up almost as if from an UFO, whatever that, if either of you know what that even is, Kairos's body stabbed through is also taken.
I think that's the point where Soul stops watching again and grabs Kairos's body. Like she's like, I'm not letting you go. And it's probably being dragged up via moonlight space.
It is
energy.
Far up at this point. Do you have any method of flying?
I should, yes. I think Soul, there is a bloody explosion out of Soul's back, almost as if something from the inside out was ripping forward. It's disgusting. And we'll say her wings, her new wings, appear.
Kairos, you're dead, however. With your death and your decision to die, it'll also be your decision for your body to be moved or tampered with. Do you let Soul get your body?
Soul gets to Kairos. And you hear, not from my body, but you hear it nonetheless. I am so sorry I cannot finish our duel. Please.
Why?
I couldn't let you go any further.
Didn't have to do this.
Remember what you said. You try. Try.
Does your body go?
Her body goes.
Soul, whose hand was outstretched to obviously, like, not let your body go, obviously passes through it and probably crashes through whatever, like, the roof. And she's outside and she tries it again. And she flies through the roof to try and catch the body, and flies through the roof to try to catch the body, and flies up through the roof and realizes that she can't do it. And there's a frustrated scream. Okay, I'll try. And she comes back down to Percy and Darby, crying. Angry.
Very suddenly, before anyone has any time to process anything else, the planetarium begins to fall apart by the foundation. It is beginning to fall down all around the three of you remaining.
We need to go. And Darby will grab Percy with like a kind of like, she'll walk up like, I got you. Do I have your permission to scoop you up?
Yes, like her eyes do it. It's like, you have my permission. Yeah. She is trying very hard to not cry. That's taken all her effort because she can't fly. She lets you.
Good thing I'm feather light.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that was just a miming motion. It's like we're just gonna go up so that the foundations don't hit us, I'm assuming.
Got it. Okay.
That's all.
Do you think you see how Ash's body is floating up too? Think we should do something about that?
If we can, right? Yeah.
Soul can grab it.
Soul is closest.
Well, yeah, Soul is probably standing in the moonlight where Kairos' body was going, and just like half considering getting crushed right here because she's upset. But if she would probably see the body and probably like grab it. Is it on the is it basically on the floor being floated?
Y'all are asking about the what part again?
Just Ash's body,
Ash's
because we
body.
know.
Yeah, the
I
body.
thought it discorporated.
There's part
Yeah.
part of it. It's like her skin is falling apart from the bones. So her skeleton is like, for some reason, the thing that is being hovered from this moonlight, but there still seems to be an opportunity to grab her like organs, like her skin.
Yeah, what is she? Is she like was she like a Maeve? Or is she
She was a relic.
Us? She was a relic. I think Soul kind of like clocks at the body, and she thinks to herself, "Well, I've eaten too many hearts. Maybe someone else can." So I think Soul is going to do like a really gruesome, but like way too fast, like incision and grab the heart of Ash. There we go.
Okay. For brevity, y'all make it out of the planetarium. There is her heart. The world seems to be getting worse. All of you, I think, are being given the reality here. The world getting worse, and the one person, the relic that represented the moon, is gone.
I think I know what to do. As we touch back down. And Soul is you two probably didn't see her do the fucking speed surgery, but she comes back, hits the ground as you two are coming out of the door. Okay. Okay, I have a really weird idea that I only know because I've done it twice.
I'm not gonna like this.
I
That can
am
be weird.
30 to 60 to 90% sure that if one of us eats this, and I don't think it can be me, I feel like I would explode if I took a third heart into my body. You can use a relic's power. And I think at that point she like reaches into her stomach, like blood and flesh, and pulls out the sword that she has, which I don't think you two have ever seen. This sword used to be a relic. This is Christian. Hi, Christian. Christian says hi.
Hi, Christian.
They were one of us. But I ate Christian's heart. It was kind of it felt right kind of thing. And right now it feels like if I eat another thing, bad things would happen to me, and I don't really want that. I'm already dealing with Maeve's stuff. What I'm trying to say is, I think one of you should eat this if we want the fucking moon to stop falling. And you don't have to. I'm willing to do it, but just know that it would probably kill me.
We can't have that.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad we're on agreement there.
I can't do it.
Okay. Darby?
Suppose that leaves me.
2 hearts. 3 hearts.
Alrighty, well,
Okay.
if you can handle 3, I suppose I can handle 2.
You definitely can. Swallow it whole. It's gonna taste probably exactly how she tastes, which I don't know. Probably like the moon.
Dusty? Cold?
And hope that she doesn't want to fucking die.
She doesn't want to die. She wants to live forever.
Well, then I'm sure it's gonna work, because when I swallowed Christian, when I ate Christian, they needed to want to come back.
I think she'll find me quite compelling.
Okay. And Soul places the heart in your hands.
I'm sure she'd fucking hate me.
Right?
It's also probably gonna change your hair color.
I could dye it if I hate it, but I'll probably lug it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I just gotta, brace myself. Okay. Okay. And she just kind of like opens her mouth as wide as she can and tries to gulp it down. Using Soul's advice. In one go.
Darby. You open your eyes, and it's like the ability so suddenly is within your hands to create pockets of reality. Where would you like to go? Just, where is a fun place for you? Where is a place of empowerment for you?
Oh. The first club Raina brought her to.
The first club that your friend, the one who helped you, the person that continues to help you, Ash is there with you, sitting next to you, in a memory of a memory, in a painting of something. And Ash, she is still like bald and still amorphous and strange, and her skin is without bone in this memory. She is immediately this like the leftovers of her form are gravitating towards your pull. But she looks around at the happiness that's all around you, the like laid back, the easygoing, the love, the care, the compassion. And she looks over at you with no sunglasses, just tired, wide eyes, surprisingly droopy, doughy. I asked you before. I believe. I can't remember. What is the worth of pleasure in one's life?
It means everything to me.
Will I come to understand it? If inside you,
I believe you will. You didn't really strike me as a person who knew how to live day to day. You look so far ahead, which you can do. It's just you also got to consider the here and now. And the now at this moment was when, well, people can be your light or your darkness. Or, in the case of the moon, the reflected light. You don't need to think about it too much. Have you just had, like, a moment with anyone? Or you just sat down and enjoyed the scenery, had a drink? Just the sensation of being near others. Help me feel alive, despite our circumstances as relics.
I'm very tired. I would think I would like for me to be in your hands.
How about that? And Darby outstretches her hand towards Ash.
Ash, again, this strange state of matter, materializes enough to give you a handshake. And in that meeting, this caster and this writer, this person who used the moon and her orbit and the earth and satellites to attempt to understand something of why she was alone for so long, of why she was created smashing against parts of the earth throughout time. For there to be a greater star in the sky, and for her to cause mostly the days and for time to pass, yes, but destruction was there as well. Darby, maybe for the first time, you amongst maybe only a handful of other people are able to understand a god's loneliness. But Ash chooses this time to be warm inside of your body. For your abilities new to be able to hold realities that are warm and loving. With the memory of Kairos the memory of Soul's sacrifices, Percy's body changing so quickly as well. Darby, you are Oya, and you are the moon. The world calms suddenly. Tornadoes cease, the floods, the coasts stop flooding, earthquakes quell. The world is still destroyed, but it is at peace.
Congrats, kid.
How do you feel after that?
I don't feel the same, but also the same. Just, it's like my wind became cosmic winds, but also, well, I feel a little heavier, but better able to carry the weight. Does this make sense?
Like there's more than one person there. Like you're carrying
Yes.
everything that they ever wanted, and you know what they will never be, but you also know what they are now. And I think Soul kind of like places her hand in yours. They're you. Because Soul right now understands that there are only maybe two people that she knows of that could understand what it's like to have more than one heart, and there's no one that she knows of that understands what it's like to have three.
Darby grips back tight.
Well, I guess we could go home?
Soul,
Yeah.
a piece of paper flies in front of your face, and instinctively you were able to catch it.
What is it?
Disembodied voice of Kairos. What does the note say?
Cairo! I know you are angry, and I'm sorry. Please do your best to keep your promises. But I do not hold it against you if you are too mad at me to do so. Be well, my knights. Be well, my friends. You're the finest companions a king could have hoped for. Goodbye. Or perhaps see you soon. Kairos.
Soul is genuinely stunned. She's like, where did this come from? And like hands it to Percy.
Came from the fucking moonlight, where else? She says as if that's the most obvious statement in the world.
And she's like, no, I think Scarlet's around here. And then Soul's like, Scarlet! Like is yelling. It's like, Scarlet.
She really shouldn't.
Here.
Anyway, the way you two are talking about it, y'all kind of just sound like you're pregnant, if I'm being real. So, I think if we're allowed to take a bit of a break, we should fucking find somewhere to put our feet up.
Soul's like, what do you know about being pregnant?
It's... You would think having two hearts inside of you would be, like, something that only you've gone through, but it doesn't matter. Not really.
I mean, I think it's... You know what? If you get it, Percy, then welcome to the club.
With the world quelled for now, the last message from Kairos ever. Last thoughts, last conversations brief before we wrap up the first season
I think maybe it's a week after, and Soul has either opened up her home for other people to come live in because she's dangerously lonely, or decides to fucking live at Kairos' place. Soul has decided that, like, she doesn't want to just keep being alone in these regards. Wherever she ends up living, you would see that there is a sword, her sword, Christian, her boyfriend, her new sword boyfriend, hanging on the wall, as well as probably another piece of Maeve that I can't, probably a phone, probably the first phone that Maeve ever gave her, probably like on a wall that she kind of looks at every day with a mixture of bitterness and also a relative amount of appreciation, because he has a lot inside of him now, and he's not going to take that for, and and I'll even say Kairos' letter is probably, the three things are probably on the wall, like a shrine or monuments to these people that have changed her life in ways that she still hasn't fully figured out.
You're muted.
Thank you. Darby would have organized some like cleanup events with Raina, like some Miss Lizette exclusives, kind of like make it a celebration to help people feel better about their everything being kind of blown up a little bit, kind of destroyed by falling debris. And she would definitely just focus on that more often. She wouldn't be as seemingly vapid about things too. Like you would catch her having more moments of reflection instead of just pure like frenetic movement and I gotta keep busy, party. I don't want to think about this. And yeah, she would have definitely started being closer to Rena. Nothing official though, just between them. Darby's shy about that stuff.
And Percy.
Percy does make it a point to stay at Kairos' place because it was their promise. And they do, as she foretold, she needs like a weekend to crash before she's like, all right, I think I can handle, well, probably getting fired is probably something that just happens, matter of fact, due to how shitty the job was, and then like trying to accumulate the rest of the resources that Kairos has left in the house. It's basically a house. If you buy an apartment, like that's basically a house in Percy's mind. So she does make it a point to rest way more because she is not exactly showing anything more obvious that a pregnancy is happening, but is very clear that she is constantly walking around with a progressively bad headache that is slow, like it's accumulating over weeks. So her body can push through that sometimes, but she also, true to her word, does her best to find a way to help Soul and now Darby, because if there isn't a way in known medicine and known science, then she believes that she will make it. So yeah, that's as small of a snapshot as I can give for the amount of time, because she's not going to talk too much about what she feels like is impossible, and she will go to a doctor when she has to, and that won't be for a long time.
The fabrication is still on. All of you are still human, but changed forever. The system, unfortunately, does not end when people deserve to rest peacefully. However, today, at least the moon has not landed on the Earth. And any moon-related incidents will be all up to Darby. That is our end for Feast or Famine Season 1. Thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. And thank my cast for being a part of this insane story. Truly. My name is Josephine. I'm at Scary Dog Friend. I have been Maeve and Ash and all sorts of crazy little guys. Thank you so much to all of our guests. Jalen at Postmodern Black. Kendo at Kendo Mixed Films. Liv at Live in a Day. Wes Franks at Comfort Carrion, and Ro at Ro Masa. Thank you so much for being a part of the guest cycle as well. Thank you to everyone, including Fabs, especially Fabs, for all the beautiful art that we have and this beautiful overlay. This finale this season, the visualization of everything was so important, and it has been so beautiful and so perfect. I will pass it on before I ramble too much more to Zoe.
What's up, everyone? It is me, Zoel, your favorite person on the internet. If you like what I do, then you'll love what I do everywhere else. I've been playing Solamene. I spelled her name wrong on all of the things, and don't you worry, I'm going to get people to change it next time. You can find me at Radical Zoe everywhere that I want you to find me. Outside of that, you can catch me over on Urban Omens, my space where you'll see lovely people like Netta and Joe. I'm going to make sure all my friends show up there at one point. Our show that we have coming up most recently will be, or most up now, in the next coming weeks, will be a God Killer series with Kendo Mixed Films. So if you've seen Kendo here, you're going to listen to Kendo on my podcast. I'm incepting you to do that. Outside of that, we got stuff coming up. The tweets are coming. They don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming. Yeah. Oh, and if you like performing from me, you'll actually see me. You can come find us on Transplaner on this coming Sunday as I get my For the Queen anniversary with all of the people that I love, where we PK and do fundraising for Palestine, good politics, and gay people. I think that's actually it for me. So I'm going to pass it to Amir.
Whoa, that's one of my two names, and I go by Netta, as you probably heard, and I played this wonderful little indulgent disaster, Percy. I just want to say thank you, Joseph, so much for letting someone who so clearly shouldn't be in an adventure be in an adventure. So that was pretty special. Wow. Yeah, I figure I should have something to plug after like 10 weeks of nothing. So like I'm at Twitter at trans_father, Blue Sky at transfather, and I'm working on my first game, where I'll probably have play testing out, and it'll probably be free, or pay what you want when it's out. It's called 8th Day of the Week. It's a solo game where you stay awake for 7 days in order to unlock the secret 8th day of the week, if you can. So I'm putting all my energy into that because everything else that I'm in is not going to be out for a while this year, but I will be in some exciting projects in the future. So I'm sure I will be around these people eventually, and I'm very happy about that. So that's all. I'll pass it on to Zephy. You're muted again.
It me doing the same. Oh my god. Typical. Anyway, yeah, I'm Zeffy, and I was just on Twitter scrolling back to like my first interaction with Josephine. It was almost 2 years ago. They were like, "Hey, I just noticed a Fate Stay Night cosplay icon." That's where it all started. Was me just like randomly being like, you know what? I want my Twitter icon to be Ren. Fate Stay. So, thanks for noticing me, by the way. I'm just so happy to be here. Especially because like I've been on a hiatus from like streams and production stuff, so like kind of like made my day, and I got that DM more recently about being involved in this. So anyway, find me on Twitter if you ever want to talk about tabletop things or like fangirl about BioWare games. I just saw the Dragon Age drop. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like super emotional. This really got to me. Just really appreciate to be here. Thank you. I'm gonna pass it off to Austin.
Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Austin. My pronouns are he, they, she. I just got done playing Kairos. Adios. Kairos's pronouns are she, they. Me, Austin, in the real world, though, you can find me everywhere I want to be found on the internet at Salescalson, at Sailor, SET Austin. You can also find me weekly on my podcast on Maximum Fun or anywhere you get podcasts. My podcast is called Secret Histories and Mysteries. That's Secret Histories or Nerd Mysteries, where we answer questions like, why Saturday morning for cartoons? What's the deal with cereal? And how come commercials are so long? Find us if you want to learn those answers and more. That's it for me.
Okay. Lots of new fun stuff for Bad House. I have like I'm not crying. I have sunscreen in my eye from like earlier, so I apologize. I'm like trying not to like whatever. Lots of new projects for Bad House RPG coming up in the summer and fall. Please stick around. Thank you so much for your support, and Feast or Famine, we'll see you again at another time. See y'all later. Bye bye.